Hi, Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, and this week's contract tip has to do with an escrow agreement. Now, there might be a situation in which the buyer and the seller choose to escrow funds until a certain contract negotiation issue has been performed or achieved. For example, repairs. A lot of times the buyer and the seller negotiate for repairs, and just for some insurance sake, the buyer will ask the seller to escrow a certain amount of money so that when they get to closing, if the repairs have not been completed, there are funds escrowed so the buyer can have the repairs completed from those funds, and if they are completed, then just release those funds back to the seller. So instead of you having to write out a special stipulation, which may or may not cover the proper legal components for the disbursement of those funds and the holding of those funds and all of that information, there is an escrow agreement already written for you in both the GAR contract forms package and the RE forms package. So in the GAR contracts, it is F85, and it is called Escrow Agreement. Take a look at that, and basically it talks about how much money it has a date, and you reference the purchase and sale agreement. Then it has the amount of money that is being escrowed. It has it also has a place for documents, probably to be used in a commercial or business situation if you need to escrow certain documents, for example, business P&Ls and things like that. But regardless, you guys are mostly probably going to use it for funds rather than documents. And then you have the funds shall be used for the following purpose, and that's where you describe repair issues, so forth and so on. And then it has escrow agent shall release funds upon the occurrence of following, and that's where you write out what and when has to be performed, for example, repairs or anything else. Then you fill in the name of who the money is being held by, the escrow agent, how much, and then who shall give notification upon the completion of whatever that issue is. The RE forms is RE Form 215, and it is called Escrow of Funds Agreement. Same thing, it references the contract, it talks about the parties, it states under what conditions that the terms have been fulfilled for the escrow agent to release those escrowed funds. And then it talks about if there is a lender involved and it is the buyer escrowing money, that it must be approved through the lender first. But typically in this situation, especially with repair issues, we see the seller escrowing funds, not the buyer. And then it basically says if there is a dispute over the disbursement of those funds, that the escrow agent has the authority to either wait until a written agreement between the parties is achieved and sent to the escrow agent, or the escrow agent may interplead those funds into the registry of a court of competent jurisdiction in that area to let a judge decide. So again, just take a look at those documents, especially if you are negotiating to escrow repair funds for a certain period of time, or to ensure that the seller does perform the repairs. Thank you so much for watching. Again, Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, satisfying your needs with service, innovation, and education.